Hey y'all, Chef IrixGuy here. Welcome back to the Appalachian Ocean. And within this video, I'm going to show you how I quickly clean my Z-Grill's pellet grill. Now, I don't have a lot of buildup right now, but we're going to go through step by step and I'll show you what I do. Before I move the camera closer, one thing to do, this bucket will collect drippings of grease or whatever you're cooking. So be sure to dump it out. You may even want to put some aluminum foil or something in there so you can just pull the foil out and throw it away. Or you can just leave it like this and spray it out really good and wipe it out. And yeah, let's go ahead and move the camera close here so you can see. And if these are really dirty, you can just lift the grates out. You could wash them in your sink or whatever, but for casual cleaning, I'm just using a brush here. Notice this does not have metal bristles. Never use a brush with metal bristles because those can break off and inadvertently get into your food. So that's a bad thing. Depending upon what you cook, I cook some saucy pork chops. That's why there's a little bit sticking right now. But I mean, for the most part, you can get the grates reasonably clean just with a brush like this. But like I said, you can take them out if you want to and clean them elsewhere. That's the tough spot right there. It's some sauce. So there it is. So you can pop them out. Obviously, make sure your grill is cool, which it is. Wouldn't be reaching my hand in here, but see, these lift out, and you can just clean them in your kitchen sink or whatever. So now we're going to get to the fun part. Intentionally, I did not cover this piece with foil. Let me put my brush up. But this is kind of the drip pan. It catches all your dripping, and it also, the way that it's angled, see this drains out into that bucket. See that little hole? So depending upon how much liquid and stuff is in your cook, this could get pretty dirty. You could cover this with aluminum foil if you want to, just to make it easier to clean. You just take the foil off and throw it away. But for the first cook, I wanted to keep it in there without foil because I wanted to burn off any factory oils and odors. So that we'll get a scraper, just scrape it off pretty easy. This right here lifts off, lifts out and off. And then you can see in there, you can see the ash. You see how well y'all can see that from this camera angle. Oh, I need to bring it closer. Let me bring the camera closer. So you can see the ash in there. That's how much ash was created. There's not a lot. That's how much ash was created from my initial burn-in of about an hour at 500 degrees. And then I also cooked pork chops. But nevertheless, I'm going to get the ash out. Now here's the best way to do it. And I'm going to show you. That's what's nice about having this cabinet underneath. I've got this little cheap vacuum cleaner that I'm designating for this use only. Because I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to use a vacuum cleaner that was used somewhere else in place where I have food. That's just nasty. So we're going to plug this in. We're going to vacuum out that ash. So see, this makes easy work of it. And now I'm going to show you how everything goes back in. So this piece here has little grooves, and you go with the grooves facing this way. You stick them in there and then slide. That's it. So now that's in there. And then you put your drip tray, at least I call it a drip tray, on top of that. And like I said, this I'll just scrape off. I'm not cleaning my drip tray as part of this tutorial because I'm about to do some ribs, and it's going to get really nasty, really dirty when I do the ribs. So I'm intentionally not cleaning it, but you just line it up and you'll see the hole on that side. It funnels everything in and it comes out into the bucket. So very good engineering. Like I said, after I do the ribs and clean this thoroughly, I'm just going to cover this with aluminum foil, and then that way for cleanup in the future, all that I have to do is remove and replace the aluminum foil, lift those two pieces out like I just did, vacuum out, and then put everything back in. So if you think that a pellet grill is difficult from an upkeep perspective, it's not. And the good thing is, when I'm done, I can simply put, that's why I got this little cheap vacuum cleaner. Like I said, I've dedicated it to cleaning the grill, vacuuming the grill, so I can just put it in here. Nice storage area for it. And then that way I've got everything together and I'm not using that vacuum for anything else. I'm funny like that. If it's going anywhere near my food, I don't want it to have been used for cleaning elsewhere. So that is my dedicated ash removal vacuum. As you can see, very easy to maintain this grill, and obviously for deep cleaning, this right here, you'd want to clean the inside parts. But this is just my initial cleaning. I just wanted to show how easy it is to remove the pieces, clean them, put them back in. I didn't put the grill grates back in, but I'll show you. I mean, they just sit in there. So I mean, it's, from an upkeep perspective, it is very easy to maintain. If you're on the fence about going with a pellet grill, you shouldn't be, because you can see how easy it is to maintain. Now, not all pellet grills would be as easy to maintain as this, but this one is, and you can find it, expand this video's description and click the link there. Thanks for your viewership. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.